with a quick warm-up, and then we're going to get some movement skills going. Movement skills that we're going to use in the drills later on. So they're kind of isolated at first, and then we'll build them into a larger drill, and by the end it'll be obvious what we're doing. Head stays off the mat. Hands are going to engage the ground at about the same time your back does. Right? We're not reaching for the ground because that will jam our shoulders up, our wrists. I'm going to hit my back, tuck my chin, kind of exhale because I don't want to get the wind knocked out of me, and then rock back here like this, and you can pop back up. Right? Right? Notice that I'm not falling on my elbow first because that hurts. Okay? So give me 10 of those. Count. We're starting from standing, and the way this works is we stand and then we're going to squat. We're not going to jump right now. We're just going to stand, then we're going to squat down to whatever level. If you're really good at this, you can jump on your back, but if not, you're going to squat down a little ways and then fall back with one impact, and we're just going to sit up here. Okay, and then does anybody remember how to do the stand and base? All right, good. We're going to go through it. But just stand up however you need to right now. All right, so we do 5 standing break falls. Pull it in a little bit so you guys are not your own count. Go.
Let your hands hit the back. Let your hands first.
All right, so we're going to rock over to our, let's say, our right side first. So my right hand goes down. My left foot is planted, my left hand is going to be posted on my knee index here, and the first thing I'm going to do is lift my hip. My knee and my butt have to come off the ground as high as I can here, right? So you do 10 reps, make sure you can get up there, just like that. Good. We're going here. Once we get to the top of this, our front leg and our back shoulder are going to push us. So I stand, I'm moving away from the threat, which is right here, right? So I lift and I push back and try to get my foot on the ground and stand up, rather than going to a knee and then standing up. You're going to elevate and then drive back. If you're in a here's a couple of things I need to mention. This is not, if I come up like this, I'm going to fall immediately back down, right? If I come up like this, I have no idea where this person just knocked me down. So make sure that you stand up and try to think about having to fight right then, okay? So just do it on the right side first. All right, so get in position. Yeah, there you go. And stand up. Dragging that foot all the way back. Good. Now let's switch over to the other side. So you take your back ball, you rock over to the left side, and stand up. Okay? Same thing. 5 reps. Make sure you got space. Pulling that foot all the way through. So the first drill we're going to do is just solo drill. We're just going to go here. We're going to go right to the middle. We're going to go left to the middle. We're going to go right, just like that on your own. To the left. To the middle, right, to the middle, to the left, to the middle, standing base on either side. Rock over to standing base. Good. Okay. So, next quick drill that we're going to do is everybody's going to start here, and you're going to pick one side. So we'll start with the right. We're going to do a seated shrimp. We're going to use our foot and our hand to slide backwards, just like this. Let's get 4 groups out on the mat. All right, so I don't care who it is. Just give me 4 groups. just kind of get like in quadrants of this thing. So you got one group here, one group there, one group there, one group there. Okay, so making sure that you have space behind you. They're gonna touch you like this, and that means you're gonna do a back fall and sit up. Okay? You don't have to shove the person hard on this drill right now. And now from here, again at this distance, all we're doing is left and right, right? So they can start circling. If you feel them come just a little bit, they creep a little bit too close to you, right. I mean, they're not going to actually come in hard because we're going to do something different. But if I feel them, if I need to make a little more space, you know, I'll do that. I can actually push back, just like you're doing that seated shrimp, as I'm circling, right? And when they step back, when I feel like I've got space to stand up, whatever side I'm on, I'm going to stand up, right? This circling motion is good, okay? And I can shrimp backwards unless they move in really quickly, right? So if he moves forward really quickly, I can't shrimp backwards that fast, right? Which means I need to rock to my back and put my feet on his hips to control the distance. I don't want him to punch me in the face. So if we're here and they move in quickly, I'm dropping back and my feet go in the crooks of his hips, right? Knees are bent. And so if he's pressing forward here a little bit, I can control the distance, right? He can't actually touch my head. I just have to lift my hips a little, right? So I just keep my hands here, and then from this position, I mean, I'm good. They'll push in a little bit, and then they'll step back just a little bit, right? Step back a little bit more, just so I can sit back up. So our feeds are left, right, maybe creeping backwards a little bit. If they move in quickly, I go backwards, right? A little bit of forward pressure. If they take off that pressure and step back, I go here. If they step way back, I stand up. Okay? Make sense? All right, let's do it. All right, time. So everybody listen up. Let's doing this. Couple things on here. We want to make sure that we're keeping them in this zone right here, right? So they can't touch us. The other thing is, I've got to make sure that I keep my knees bent on this. If I go completely straight, he's got control of my legs and throw him to the side and just come over the punch or jump on top of me. So I got to keep a little bend in my knees. You're going to do this drill. They're going to touch you. You're going to take a back fall. They're going to be a little faster now. They're not actually going to go all the way around you, but they are going to be a little faster. So you're going to have to move, right? And they're going to come in, and if you mess up and you get your knees here, put your feet there, right? Don't worry, don't think I messed up, just fix it, okay? Put your feet here. They're going to press in. Everything's the same except we're just speeding it up a little bit, right? And when he steps back, when I get up, he's going to run in and shove me, and I may end up falling down if I'm not in base, okay? So you don't have to shove the person so hard that you're going to knock them completely. Check them a little bit so that they know, because if this happens, if I'm not in good base, if I go here, look, I have to go back into my drill. The drill's not over till you stand up, okay? So if you're down, if you keep falling down, you're going to be down there a while. So, all right, so again, moderate intensity, but check them a little bit, little shove, little shoulder bump, whatever, little contact, just to stress somebody running at you may make you fall down. Okay, you guys are being way too nice to each other, all right? So I want you to make contact no matter what. I mean, run in there and shove them after they stand up, while they're standing up, okay? And this time too, if you get close enough to smack them in the head, smack them in the head. Yeah. Like, you don't have to do like you're trying to knock somebody out, but if you, I mean, I'm talking like medium contact. So if they're not putting their feet up, just smack them in the face. Like, so add that in, right? difficult to actually stand up, okay? So if the person is insisting on standing here, right, one thing we can do is we're going to grab the ankle that's closest to us, and we're going to put the foot behind the knee on the other side, right? So I pick an ankle, I drop the foot. I still have control of distance with this foot. Now, this one behind his knee is not going to do much, right? The other side is just going to keep him from stepping, right? It's just kind of there. This is going to push and pull. I push on the hip, pull here. And as he's falling, I'm going to get up and stomp the fuck out of him. Right? Basically, you've got two things that are going to happen. You're either going to leave because that's what you need to do at that time, or you're going to continue the attack. All right. So if you're trying to bail because this is not a good spot for you to be in, you can run away from here. Right. We can re-attack. We can shoot them. Whatever you need to do. So we're just going to practice this. So they're going to come in, feet on the hips. So everybody can kind of come back out here now. Make sure you got a little space to take the fall. If I'm here, like really the work is done by this locking the hip out, right? Okay. If he steps back, it's gonna stay up. If I just get this, you can't, right? So I don't want to kick his foot out necessarily. Just put his foot down.
Just put him down?
Yeah. Okay. Just touch the back of his knee so he can't step out of it. Right? So the motion here is this. I'm kicking him down. I'm locking out this knee. All right? So come here. When he stands up, I hook this in. This just stops him from taking that step that he needs to take. Because if I push him and he steps back, it doesn't do anything. Right? So I just barely hook, kick. And I'm standing up fast. All right? So that is the technique. All right, so let's make sure that everybody's practiced this. So you guys haven't repped it out yet, right? All right, you guys are on here, and let's fill out the mats again, right? And get some more reps in, because we're going to put this into the drill.
After they're falling, use that momentum to get yourself up. Don't just lay there with it.
Take an ankle, drop the knee, push. And try to move. Make sure you stand up, okay? Just working on a basic one from a grabbing situation. So this isn't necessarily a punch situation. So I know some people have pops and some people don't. So I'll show version either way. Doesn't really matter what you have. Yeah. Well, I'll do it without first. So if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have a top on, any kind of jacket or anything, so what we want to do is we're gonna work from a control. We're just going to control the head and control the inside of the bicep. So if somebody tries to grab me, if I control the inside, I'm in good position, right? If he's on the inside, he rolls it to the center, he has control of my arm. If I go to the inside, I can hit from the inside, he can't hit me, right? And I can steer him. So what we're going to do first is, so if they have, put your top on. I'm just going to translate this into whether or not whatever they happen to be wearing. Right. So all I'm going to do is grab this and grab the material here. Same thing. Okay. Whatever side you want. So I'm controlling this is the head control. This is the arm control. So on the bicep somewhere, it's gripping. So, and honestly, you can grab the sleeve if you want to, because this prevents any kind of strike. I mean, you can't really hit me if I've got a sleeve on the inside. So there's your grips. So the first thing I want you to do is with your partner, I want you to feel the pressure of when we're going to do this takedown. Right? So we're going to go here, and you're just going to lean into them. He's trying to drive me back. I'm trying to drive him forward. Right? So we need that energy of them pushing. If we don't have it, this doesn't work. Right? So when they're pushing, okay, we're going to do that first. So don't throw anybody until I tell you to. But I get my grip, right? So I'll just do this. He's got the top on. We're driving in, he's driving back in. I'm basically going to step back with my sleeve side really fast and just turn, drop my hips back. So he's in, dropping in, look, and just doing a snap down. So I'm just getting out of the way, shucking him to the ground, right? If I'm doing this with the collar, he's driving into me, like I'm gonna do the same thing. The head goes down, this goes in. Drive it forward, you know, run in and soccer kick him in the head or get on top of him. So the first thing is whoever, if you can partner up, it doesn't matter if you have a top or not. This is the grip, this is the grip on this. You can use other grips, we're just going to use these today. So drive in, just feel that pressure, because if you don't have that, you're not going to get this. So when they're driving, that's when you're going to drop out. So partner up and just do the pressure thing. All right, get a partner. Go. In one group and half in the other group. All right, so I need half of you over here and half of you over there. I think we got 26 people, so let's do 13 and 13 or 12 and 12. It doesn't really matter. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Just going to work on push-pull. So we're going to do a sumo drill, which means that if you see this line right here, right, and this line right here are out of bounds. This line right here is out of bounds. So basically, these three lanes right here, down to here, is the playing area, right? And so you're going to try to push the other person out, or make them touch the ground with something other than their feet. So if they have to, if you snap them down and their back touches, their hand touches, then they're out. All right, so you're just going to go against each other. You know, we'll just basically two people are going to step out and start going. So right now, Brad and I'll be the end zone people to kind of, if they're coming towards you, don't let them go over the rails. Or you have to shove them back in the center. But we can call them, so just keep an eye on that, like that side here and this side. All right, first two people, I don't care. Let's go down there. You go.
Call each other out if you want.
Man.
Go ahead and call each other out if you
Stay
want.
him down.
There you go.
Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. He's out. Good. All right. All right. If you just went, just go ahead and help us with the ends there a little bit.
Maybe one of y'all get down there.
Next two people, go. So we're going to work on a couple of clinching techniques. So this is if we were already in grabbing range, right? So we already had a hold of somebody. So we're going to work on closing this distance between us and somebody who's punching. So the main thing here is that we don't get hit in a way that's going to take us out while we're doing this. All right, so distance is if I can touch his lead hand like this, I'm safe. Once I start getting inside this range right here, then I can get hit. And I can hit him. So if I'm here, I should be either punching or I should be covering this distance, like moving, because this is not a range you want to stay in if you're not going to do anything. So the first thing that we're going to work on is a basic clinch, and so we'll use this if we're in range. You know, we've got our hands up, either open hands like de-escalation or like a fighting stance, whatever you want to do. I don't really care. But we're going to work on a quick level change, and then we're going to get a body lock. So a quick level change to a body lock. So if I'm in range to get punched right here, I can drop my level, and I'm going to fire straight in. I push off of my rear leg, and I'm going to hit him with my shoulder, like this, right? So my arm's going to come around it. So even if he's punching, it doesn't matter. If he's thinking about punching, if he says he's going to punch and he throws and he drops his hand, I'm going to do this. So I drop, and I'm going to push off and get my head as close as I can under his chin. You see how I'm crunching in his lower back, taking over his face. So anything he does right now is going to be awkwardly off balance. Right, so that's the first part, is just to get the clinch and make sure that they're off balance. We're going to just walk them to the ground. But so I drop, push off the rear leg, hit, clinch, and fold them. Right? If they fall down, they fall down. But we're going to finish the takedown in a second. So get a partner and just enter for the clinch. I want 10 for each person at least. Let's go. This inside, occasionally when I do this, he'll have been punching me when I drop, so I'll end up on the outside. Right, so I'm changing my level, I see the punch come and drop, clinch. When I'm side clinch like this, it's a little bit different. I do the same thing, I clinch him in here, but I put my ear on the shoulder so he can't turn back into me or hit me. And I'm going to start walking him over his leg to keep him off balance. Okay? So this is the clinch. We're going to finish with the takedown. I want you to make sure you get this position first. So 2 or 3 steps this way. My outside leg just turns, and I come down on top using him as a crash mat. Deal?
Yep.
All right, let's try it again. What we're going to work on now is just, usually people don't attack they attack in packs. Okay, so like if you get in a fight or see a fight or whatever, there's usually, if you go to the ground, there's somebody that's going to be around to kick you. So you need to get up pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is work on getting up when we don't have the space that we were having before, and possibly are getting attacked by different people on different sides. So people, for some reason, you go down and you're like a stomping dummy at that point. So we're going to work on a couple of concept takedowns and then apply those to that situation, like with a simulated kind of boot party to your head, and then you're going to get up in the middle of it. All right, so got to do the takedown first. So if he's standing up, this thing right here works really well, maybe if I have space to move around. But if I get crunched up or then there's multiple people standing around me, this isn't a good idea. So what I need to do is actually be offensive, okay? I'm going to find, first of all, I need to cover up. Like, we'll just assume that there's multiple people hitting me. Like I have another couple of people standing up on me. All right, somebody right over here. Okay, now see, I'm fucked right here. Because nobody can fight a bunch of people. It doesn't matter how tough you are. So what I'm looking for is a way out of this situation. If I go for my weapon right now, I might lose it in a really close gunfight. So I'll probably, unless I have a knife or something like that, if I have a knife on me, I'm going to start stabbing people. But I'm going to go for, I got to get away. So if I'm here, the first thing I need to do is protect myself. And I'm going to find out where I'm going. There's some stairs over there. So I'm going to, I scope those stairs out. I'm down, right? I'm going to rock onto I'm going to keep my hands up, right? Provide as much cover as I can. I've already selected this direction. He's in the way, so he's the one that gets it. So I'm going to, if I'm seated, I'm going to turn over and put my shoulder on the inside of his leg, okay? Here, and cup his ankle. I'm doing basically a low single. So I'm here, cup his ankle, and then drive. And I'm going to stand up with him, and I'm going to get the fuck out of there. All right? So it is basically here, from a seated position, turn, drop, lift. If he doesn't fall and I have this, I'm just going to keep running him. I'm just going to run with him, put him down. So either way, it's fine. If it's even closer and people are like kind of kicking, this is even worse. I've got to just get up. I'm going to turn to my stomach and get up. All right, so just with a partner, work on from a seated position, turning to one side and getting their lead leg. If his other leg's forward, right, that's going to be his lead leg. I'm just going to take my shoulder to the inside and drive him down and stand up as he's falling. if I happen to pick it up, I'm just going to start running him and lifting his leg high. Right, so you don't have to run anybody off the mat, but just with a partner, practice those techniques. We can put those into the drill. I'm gonna show what we're gonna do to Brad, and you guys will do it to me, and then I'll demo the drill. So he's down on the ground. We're being careful, like we're not hitting him, but he may have to go into a fetal position. We're just kind of like fake stomp kicking him. Everybody go ahead, just like we're fucking. You know what I mean? There we go. Now he's gotta fucking pick somebody. Yeah, take him down and break out of this situation immediately.
Remember, you're just trying to get away.
Yeah, you can't take on this many people.
Shit,
Like,
I'll try.
Okay. Everybody close in. Somebody get it real quick. Get out. Get out. You gotta get off the mat. Good. Back over. Nice. Next person. All right. Nice work. Okay, so the idea here again is to just not stay engaged in this. It's to break apart, right? So same deal. We're gonna utilize this same concept, but we're gonna do it from standing, right? So you're gonna be doing some standing, but there's gonna be a delay, right? So you're gonna be working for takedowns, but then when you hear go, that means that somebody else is coming in to help them out, the guy that you're fighting. That means that you need to get to break contact and disengage. Okay, so there'll just be somebody standing by, and if you spend too long in the takedown, or there's going to be a delay, and we're just going to send somebody in. So if it gets to be 2-on-1, it's going to really suck, right? So you're going to want to try to get that person on the ground or before this happens. If you're in the middle, you're the attacker, okay, you're going to help out the attacker. Okay, if he hasn't taken him down or gotten back over here, in 1003, you're going in to help. Okay. But you're attacking him. The guy in the middle. It'll be 2-on-1. Okay. Ready? Go! Get away! Get away! Good. All right. You may have one person in the middle. All right. One person is going to be fighting with them already, and then one person is going to be the second attacker. Good. Ready? Go! Go! Nice. Okay. Go!
And you're like, no.
Come on, Marshall. Push him, Mark. Go! 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 Get out of there, Marshall. Get out. There you go. Drag him back over. Come on. Scoot. Whatever you got to do. Just make it this line over here. Let's go.
Go, get up.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Run. 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 PT. PT. All right. Person in the middle. Somebody to fight with him. All right. We need a third person. All right. Okay. Ready? Go. Go. We worked on just a few simple things. So the combative stuff that is important is usually simple. Like if you're trying to do a lot of like crazy small joint type, you're not going to have that under stress. Big leverage stuff. So remembering how to get up off the ground without getting killed, right? That's an important skill. Being able to get up, being able to move people around, all those things are stuff that you need to like work on a little bit. Even if it's just like every once in a while, it goes away. But building those skills, if you can't control your body weight and stay on base, if you get in a fight, you're going to get killed. No joke. So if that's a problem, then start working on that. Start working on it and get some training. Like I said, I have a Valhalla Academy here, and we do combative, and we do jiu-jitsu, and we do judo is kind of blended with the jiu-jitsu. But if you don't train there, just training is good for everything, obviously. But I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Hope everybody's not too busted up or anything. Nobody fell off the rail. It was good. I was kind of worried there for a second, and then But
Hey, on top of that, so we have the Kentucky Army National Guard Combatives page. You go out and follow that. I'm gonna post some videos and pictures from today. Also, if you, depending on where you live, you send a message to that group or contact Brian. We can tell you where to train. Like if you live far away or you can't make it here or whatever. And if you're ever in town, obviously stop by and see Brian.
yeah, you guys are always welcome to pop in and do a class or open mat or whatever. But thanks, appreciate you. Good job, guys.